Welcome to our April meeting. We'll go ahead and call it to order. At this time, if you would, stand and join me in pledging allegiance to our flag. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, we do have our agenda. Is there any change to that?
No, sir.
Oh, that had
It's
nothing
all
to
right, folks, you just killed a wasp, it's okay, folks.
Oh, that had nothing to do with the agenda. Okay, at this time, then, let me go ahead and get a motion to approve our agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll move to it now. Thing we have is, first thing, appearances, and we're going to be recognizing some of our employees for outstanding services. And the first one is we recognize the City of Ball Ground administrative professionals, and we're going to actually do a proclamation in their honor. And I'll share that right now. Then I will come out and hand it to them when they come up, so I can give them a little gift too. So let's just say that me as mayor and the council, we recognize our City of Ball Ground administrative professionals and encourage all residents, employers, and organizations to recognize and show appreciation for the dedication and hard work of all administrative professionals. And that's very true. We're very lucky to have outstanding workers in our group. So let me share the proclamation, and I'm going to ask our administrative professionals to step forward, and I'm going to give you the proclamation. I'm going to give you a gift for being so good. So let me get Sydney. Michelle. And Chris.
Down in front.
Share this with you. This is something that will be we'll maintain it in here at City Hall. But it is the first proclamation we've done for this particular time. So at this time, let me hand you a gift. A gift.
Thank
Thank you. Yes. And you do a good job, and we just wanted to actually recognize outstanding officials here in our city. Thank you. Okay, this time, Mary Robotic, you have a sign you would like to address us,
Mayor,
so step up.
Water Department.
Water.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm going to do this first. Go ahead.
Right here.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor Roberts. The Garden Club wants to present the City of Ball Ground with a special gift for the Parks Improvement Project that you mentioned at the last City Council meeting. And we have committed ourselves to, we will donate $250 tonight and $250 every year in appreciation for all that the city does.
Thank you so much. We'll call you to the other meeting. Okay, this time, let me, we have another employer proclamation, and it's our water department, our team, our water team. And the proclamation, many paragraphs. I just read the last paragraph because it takes so long. But me as the mayor and the council recognize and greatly appreciate the hard work, attention to detail and service before self, attitude, and commitment by the team members of the City of Ball Ground Water and Sewer Department. And we have outstanding department. Our people do more work than twice as many people in other cities. And we appreciate it. But at this time, I'd like to ask David and Joey and Chris, Kane and Kylie and Caden step forward. Here, do it right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Chris? Yeah. Your knee.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're lucky to have you here. And we got here Kylie.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And
Kane.
we've got a lot of K names here. But again, they do outstanding work. We have our own water system. We take water, most of our water comes out of a perfect well. But then again, the sewer system takes a lot of work, and they're just outstanding.
They gotta give a speech.
David, I'll give you the copy of the proclamation. Okay. At this time, we will turn to our city manager for announcements.
Announcements, Barbecue and Brews was a huge hit. Excellent weekend there. April 23rd, we have Touch a Truck coming up. May 1st at 5:30 p.m., we will have our budget hearing prior to the next council meeting. May 10th is the Garden Club plant sale. And May 24th will be Guardians of the Jukebox.
Okay. All these things are listed on our app too.
Yes.
We're now the only city in Cherokee County that has an app that you can get information about who works here, who businesses here, and different activities that we do. So it's a great thing to have. Okay, at this time, we're going to consider the minutes of our last meeting, March 13th. Council has received those. Any comment other than motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
Okay. All right. Motion. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Good job, Kayla. Good job. Okay. We have no old business this month, but under new business, we've got the first four are proclamations. So we're going to hand those out, and I'll start off with National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Me and the council have put together this we've done this several years, this for the month of April. But so now, me as mayor and the council do hereby proclaim April 2025 as National Child Abuse Prevention Month in the city of Ball Ground, and urge all citizens to recognize this month by dedicating ourselves to the task of improving the quality of life for all children and families. So, again, this is something that I want to hand out to. We have an official here.
Michelle here.
Michelle. There you are. I need new glasses.
That's okay.
Looking across the room.
Thank you so much,
So
Mayor
much.
Roberts. We're so appreciative.
But this is, again, this is the proclamation, and we're very happy to be part of supporting the National Child Abuse Prevention.
Thank you. We appreciate the city of Ball Ground for doing that. These actually, you've got your pinwheels outside.
Yes.
Thank you for allowing us to have those. And then the children that visited the Children's Haven actually drew these and colored these for you. So you hang on to those. And the signage and looking at the pinwheels is happy, healthy childhoods. And that's what we want for all the children in our community. So thank you for recognizing.
This is the proclamation, and we're very proud to give that to you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Actually, all the walking I did, I get steps if I go back and forth. We do have a new proclamation. It's called Safe Digging Month. This has to do with our people keeping water from being burst or dug up. And so we do this, and we have
Brandon Duncan.
Brandon.
Before I start, I just want to let everyone know, if you have any complaints with the city or the work that Cherokee County is overlooking, send them all to David Dean.
That's true.
You got it.
You sure?
You got it.
This is the Safe Digging Month.
Yes, sir.
And unless you want to read all these paragraphs, I'm going to tell you now, therefore, be resolved that me as mayor and council do hereby proclaim the month of April 2025 as Safe Digging Month, and encourage all contractors and homeowners throughout the city of Auburn to always call 811 before digging. Safe digging is never absent.
Absolutely. So what it is, guys, it's a, my name is Richard Graham, sorry. It's a free service to the state of Georgia. Planting seasonal spawns, rose bushes, trees, shrubs in the yard. Call them, they'll be out within 48 hours. They'll mark all your local utilities. Go ahead and dig for it safe and keep yourself safe in your home as well.
Well, again, we're proud.
Thank you very much.
To be a part of this.
And just to let everybody know, Carla Weaver is our 811 coordinator for the water department here.
For some reason, my supervisor.
Get her up there. That's all right.
Just
Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Which one you want to do next? Volunteer appreciation or garden week? Want to do garden week? This is supposed to give back to,
Volunteers on the next one.
yeah, the
And
volunteers.
there's nobody here for volunteers, so it's just
We
reading.
do have some of our volunteers.
Oh, do we?
We have
Okay.
Shannon here, we have
Okay.
Josh Briggs here, we could bring those up that
Okay.
volunteered. This one, but it has to be returned to the city clerk, but we do have some of our volunteers that have said that.
Okay, our next proclamation is Volunteer Appreciation Week in the city of Ball Ground. And you want to, Eric, you want to give a little background on that?
Yeah, just, we have a lot of different volunteers that do work for the city, whether it's the zoning board of appeals, whether it's the tree board, whether it's the historic preservation committee that's been started, garden club members, even though they have the Garden Week, I mean, they are volunteers that work tirelessly for the city. So just a time to say thank you to all of our volunteers.
Okay. Anybody here?
Yeah, we have Josh Griggs, stand up. Sharon, stand up. You volunteered because I've asked you. Who else is out there that I'm missing that's volunteered? Garden Club members, stand up. Sunshine Life, you've done stuff for us on helping beautify. Your baskets are beautiful. These guys do a lot of work for our city, and we appreciate everything they do, especially when we need volunteers. Some of these faces we go to time and time again, and they're always stepping up to the gate and helping us, and we appreciate that.
Well, that's very true, and thank you for your service. Okay, our last proclamation is a proclamation for Garden Week in the city of Ball Ground. That's in the state of Georgia as well. So let's just say that our garden club is very active here. Our botanical garden is perfect because of what they do. But we want to recognize the local garden club and the state by doing this proclamation and just say that we're going to, me as mayor and the council, we're hereby proclaiming April the 20th to the 26th, that week, as Garden Week in the city of Ball Ground. And we're very proud of what Garden Club has done for our city property here. And they're very active, and this is something we like doing every year, is a proclamation in April. So step forward and I'll hand this to you. I should say Mary H.
Yes. That's fine.
So here's proclamation. And again, now,
He's not
anybody wants to
here.
read it out loud, you
He
can.
just sent somebody.
It is bragging about the Garden Club in Georgia and in Ball Ground.
Thank you.
So we appreciate that.
Thank you, Mayor Roberts. We really appreciate the opportunity to work in the garden on the city property too.
Well, if we don't have that here, it would look awful.
Well, it's our chance to help things be more beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The garden club here has been in since 1952?
51.
51. But what's funny, I had a grandmother that was involved in putting it together. She's been dead for 30 years. Anyway, but thank you. But again, this is a little unusual to have this many proclamations in one meeting, but we now can move into some more new business. At this time, let's consider the first reading of annexation ordinance. This is with Wanda Anderson, Lee Lusk. You want to give us a update on that?
This is a 9.12 acres at 1065 Cartersville Street. We've had several work sessions on this and dialogue back and forth. So again, this is the annexation portion only that we're discussing right now. As always, it's staff recommendation that if there is hesitancy about the zoning, that action be taken to deny the annexation. If we're comfortable with the rezoning, at that point, then approve the annexation and move on to zoning.
Does she have a representative, or is there a representative here for the annexation?
Is there a representative here for the?
Yes.
Oh, for this side, Amanda?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, again, we've we've actually discussed this a good bit in work sessions, so may I ask, is there a motion to approve the annexation request?
Make a motion to approve the annexation.
Second.
Second? Any discussion or comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. That moves forward now into the next item, which is the rezoning request. Eric, you want to cover that?
So the rezoning ordinance has been distributed. The stipulations have been agreed to. Mr. Lully has the letter from the applicant agreeing to the stipulations in the proposed annex or zoning ordinance.
And we have discussed that a good bit in work sessions. So at this time, could I ask for a motion to approve the rezoning request?
Motion to approve the rezoning.
I'll second.
Second? Okay, any comments or discussion?
Everybody knows this is not going to be a pass-through street from Howell Bridge to Ball Ground Highway. It's not going to be that.
Right.
If you have any concerns about that.
That's what we've agreed to, and that's what the developer has agreed to. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. That's approved. So now we'll move to the next annexation request. This is annexation for the Two Little Hands Farm. Josh Briggs, you want to update that, Eric?
Same as previous. We've had this at work session. Council feels we're comfortable with the zoning and recommend move forward with approval of the annexation. If not comfortable with the zoning, recommendation to deny the annexation and not act on zoning.
I don't really see a conflict of interest, but in the interest of appearance, because Josh is building my house, I'm gonna just abstain.
Okay. Well, as I said, we've discussed this a good bit in work sessions, so and I'll ask now, is there a motion to approve the annexation? The size of the lot is
4.526 acres.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the annexation.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And it is not voting. So that you're in the city now. The next item is the rezoning request for that property, and you want to go over that, Eric?
Again, the ordinance has been prepared and distributed. The applicant has agreed to the terms and submitted the letter to planning and zoning to that effect.
Okay. Can I get a motion to
Motion.
approve?
Motion to approve the rezoning for Two Little Hands.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we're in. So now we'll move on to, it's item I in the new business. Consider final reading of resolution to provide a stream buffer variance for 109 Mills Lane. That's just what we had a work set earlier on 6:30. So you want to, not everybody was here at that. You want to give us update?
Right. Unlike counties to our north, the city of Ball Ground and Cherokee County is required to have a 75-foot stream buffer instead of a 25-foot. Go north into Pickens, that's no longer a requirement the rest of the way north. We have a homeowner at 109 Mills Lane that would like to put in a swimming pool, and because of the 75-foot buffer off a very small stream, they cannot do it without a variance to encroach into the first 25 feet of that buffer. So 50 feet of the buffer would still remain. They've agreed to the conditions for the use of the pervious pavers or pervious concrete so that the bulk of the area of the pool deck could still be pervious. So it'd just be the pool itself that would be an impervious surface. Also for the placement survey to show exactly where the pool was going to be in relation to the buffer and for the double row of silt fencing. There were no public comments at the public hearing.
Okay, go ahead and ask the council to motion to approve this variance.
Motion to approve the variance for 109 Mills Lane.
Okay, motion second.
Second.
Okay. Any
I'm a
comments?
little concerned that when we did the variance for the previous property owner for their pool, that house was built before the buffer was changed. This house was built, you know, I mean, it's not the homeowner's fault, but they could have chosen a different lot. It just kind of, I'm nervous about setting a precedent that the variance doesn't matter if you want to build a pool. So, that's my comments, I guess.
Well, it is in my mind, it's pushing into past 25 feet into the 50 feet part is more of a concern. But anyway, I don't get to vote.
And we also require the impervious surface so the water will still be going through.
And staff made the comment that if there's flooding, the water will go in the pool, so that makes me feel a little better.
Right.
Was the intent of the motion to include the stipulations?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
So you had a second,
Okay. Okay, this time, all in favor?
Aye.
Who's opposed?
I'm
Okay. It's 4-1. So it does pass though. Okay, the next item we're dealing with is our budget. We do our budget.
Mr. Mayor, did Mr. Barnes, how was your vote, sir?
I was opposed.
So it was 3-2.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
Yeah, so 3-2.
Yeah, I have-
Okay, but it did pass.
Yes.
Yeah.
3-2. Thank you.
All right, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
That's fine.
Well, now we're talking about our budget. Our budget year runs from July through June. So we put it together in the spring and it'll be in effect in July. But this proposed budget that we're voting on totals $7,064,000 for this coming year. That's up about 10% from this year. And that's true. That's happened if you turn the clock back years and years I've been here. That total would be like 500,000, 400,000. But now we're up to 7 million because of growth, and we generally, thanks to Eric, our budget generally very accurate. So we put forth. We've actually discussed this at our work session, and we've all had a copy of it. So at this point, I'd like to ask if there's a motion to approve the proposed budget.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to approve the 2025-2026 fiscal year budget.
Okay, motion made,
Second.
second. Christine? Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Just for clarification, this will be back next month. Budget requires 2 readings, and there is a copy of this posted on the front page of the website.
You voted for it? Nobody against it? So we will, it is, budget's an ordinance. It's like an ordinance. We have to do it 2 times, have to vote on it 2 times. So likely it'll be the same thing next month. But it's, again, generally the history of our city, the budget's outstanding because of Eric's great work. All right. Next item, consider the first reading of an ordinance to amend Subpart A. This is of the alcohol beverages ordinance to allow open containers different times downtown. You want to update that?
Yes, this changes the current Friday, Saturday authorization to become a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday authorization. Thursday and Friday both would be 4 p.m. till 10 p.m. Saturday would be noon to 10 p.m. and Sunday would be noon to 7 p.m.
I might always comment, here we are competing with other cities around us, Canton, Jasper, and they have this available every day, but they don't have truck traffic going through their downtown because their downtown is not a state highway. So we want to not make it all the time, but these numbers we've worked on we think are the safest times, and I think our restaurants and things are going to be happy that we do this because again, a lot of people expect it that come from other places. So, but this does increase it. So, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve. Second.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. So that will be the first reading. We'll have the second reading in May, correct?
Yes.
All right. Item L, this may be the most new business things we've had in a long time at meetings. But this is number L, consider complaint for abatement of nuisance at 135 Lowry Street. You want to update that?
Yes, sir. This complaint comes forth. This is the propane tank farm on Lowry Street in this area here. The fencing is out of code. The last 3 cycles of GIS aerial photography shows no changes. Tanks aren't moving. There's no activity in and out. The building, the roof is starting to come off of the building. You can see the panels going here, here, and here, and rolling up on the corner. We've been in contact with their headquarters. To this date, they've been non-responsive. So looking to move forward with a complaint under the nuisance and blight ordinance.
Okay, and we again discussed this at our work session. At this point, to move forward, I want to explain what will be required, just for information.
What will be required is we will send by certified mail their notification of non-compliance. We will request access to have an inspector inspect the building for safety and compliance. If they do not resolve the issues that are found, then 12 months with no action and no repairs, they'll be notified that their tax millage rate can be multiplied up to 7 times until compliance is achieved. But they will have 12 months to comply.
Okay, we have 135 Lowry Street. It's a separate item. So at this time, can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. Any comments further? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it does, we don't have a lot of bad places in the city, but we're starting to act on a few we do have. So that's one of them. The next one is actually another one. It's a complaint for abatement nuisance. It's 547 Old Canton Road. You want to give us a update on that?
Same general detail, although this one will proceed very differently. This will be handled, if council votes to go down this path, it'll be handled by legal counsel and the city solicitor instead of staff. This is an occupied dwelling and as such is treated completely differently.
Okay. Again, this was discussed at our work session, so at this point, can I ask for a motion to approve this
Make a
complaint?
motion to approve.
Okay, second.
Second.
Any comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It is next to my property. I didn't turn it in. Our agenda, back on the back, I didn't see it. All right, this time, we're going to move to our chief, please, to give us his monthly report.
Sure.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you. Good evening. Want to piggyback off what City Manager said. We had a great turnout, barbecue and brews. Thank you to the locals that live here and endured the day with us. I think the traffic plan was great. I think that we found the right plan to use. We kept traffic moving and still made it safe for pedestrians. The restaurants did a great job with your open container. We've had zero issues with that, and I know you guys work very hard to make sure that your customers are staying in the downtown area and they've got their cups. So thank you for what you've done. It's been a really good success, and I know you guys have worked really hard. With the warm weather and with our success in that, I just want to take tonight to talk about as warmer temperatures get here, we see an increase of crimes of opportunity. You're going to see our guys in subdivisions more, on side streets more. When I say crimes of opportunity, petty thefts, not locking your cars, shutting your garage doors, not letting those items like your bicycles, your riding lawnmowers, your generators be seen by the public. You've seen, we had probably 8,000 to 10,000 people come through Ball Ground on Saturday. There are people that don't live in this community that come through this community. Do not give them something to look at. I know it sounds terrible to have to say that, but it's your stuff. Keep it your stuff. At night, lock your windows. Do not put the key under the flower pot, ladies, or under the front mat. Don't do that, because that's where people look. Invest in either an app or a smart lock. Please don't hide a key outside, because people will still check for those. And again, know your neighbors. Know who lives in that community, know who lives in that neighborhood, and please, please, if it's out of place and it doesn't look right, call us. You are our best witnesses. We cannot be everywhere. I mean, we've grown. The council has been very, very generous in giving us more people, but we cannot be everywhere at all times. So we need your help. We need to know what vehicles belong in neighborhoods. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? We're gonna encounter somebody that actually lives in that area. They're not going to get upset. I promise you. So lock your stuff up, lock your car doors. One of the biggest things people do is they just jiggle that door. They're looking for loose change and they're looking for guns. So if you have a weapon, please don't leave it in your car. And if you do leave it in the car, make sure it's in a locked box or make sure your car is at least locked. A lot of it is foot traffic. Yes, kids are out, but it's not fair to put it on the kids at night because it's warmer and people are out more because it's daylight stays a little longer. So it's just natural for people to be out more at night. It's warmer. It takes a while for it to cool off. People in general are going to be out more. Please don't give them an opportunity to take what's yours. We all work hard for what we have. We don't want to give it away. So that's my little tidbit tonight. No numbers, no data. We're slowing down a lot. Our speeds are slowing down. We're not wrecking as much over the last 60 days, which is good. But like I said, summer's coming. Warmer months are coming. We're going to have kids out of school. So let's keep slowing it down. Let's Old Dawsonville, we actually did a speed study out there, and I was pleasantly surprised. The speeds were under the speed limit on 3 of the days that we did it. So maybe people are seeing us, and maybe they're slowing down, or maybe they were just all working or out of town. But we had a good week for those 3 days that we did it, so we'll be out there more, and hopefully that'll help and people maintain a slower speed. So that's what PD's got tonight. Again, we appreciate everybody on Barbecue and Brews. Guardians, we're gonna ramp up, we're gonna get ready for it. Hopefully we'll have the same traffic plan, and we'll just carbon copy what we did with Barbecue and Brews, because honestly, I think that was one of the best ones we've done. And keeping the traffic moving on both ends, I think was a key to keeping everybody nice and calm and keeping everything going. I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Chief. Eric? Any other comments?
We closed out the month of March with $3,557,000 on hand. Unfortunately, that's what we have to get us through until October because revenue season is over. So we'll deal with that. Revenue and expenditures, total revenues for the month of March, $396,000 against expenses of $497,000. Year-to-date revenue of $4.8 million against expenses of $4.1 million. On the administrative side, preparing for the field visit by the audit team. Seems like we're in constant audit mode. Wrap up on budget preparation, internal assessment of finances and where we are right now, and also automation liability assessment for our insurance that we have, the extended coverage that we now have to protect us from cyber attacks in the event that we are hit. The host legislation that we were very hopeful of did not make it through the Senate. They went home at 9 o'clock instead of staying till midnight. It made it through the House, but when the bill arrived in the Senate, there was other legislation that was not having good looks in the Senate, so they attached it to the host bill in an attempt to get it passed, and the result, neither bill got passed. So host is dead for a year. Staff will begin working then to bring forth the Parks bond referendum on the November ballot so that we can start executing and implementing the Parks Master Plan. House Bill 581, we've received the initial estimate from the assessor's office, looking at a 3% inflationary growth in ball ground this year. This is a very close margin. Really just need a consensus of council. It's the consensus of staff to just not even respond to the assessor and allow them to place last year's millage rate on the tax notice, the assessment notice that goes out, and wait until we have an actual digest in hand to be able to determine our tax rate. Capital projects, roundabout. Waited a long time to say this. The bid has been awarded to Wilson Construction. Amount of $3,249,045.90. The entirety of the ball ground obligation on this project has been grant funded. So that was a win. Chevron easements have been obtained, so those are closed, and the condemnation for ALO has been filed. Not the whole site for ALO, just a few little feet that we need in the front. On the State Route 372 spur, or the truck bypass, we did host Senator Warnock's team downtown. Was a very good meeting, I think, and Tyson really lined up the chicken trucks. We had chicken trucks one after the other, so they got a first-hand view of what we're dealing with. We also had all other types of our normal truck traffic. The final alignment they're trying to refine right now. Stream and wetland credits have gotten so expensive that they're trying to do a little shifting in the route to reduce the number of stream crossings. The environmental resources survey for archaeological and ecology have been completed, submitted to GDOT, and they're under review. continuing to work to minimize environmental impacts. The historical is complete. The historical resources survey has been complete, approved by GDOT, and approved by the Historic Preservation Office at the state. So project is moving along. We hope to have concept validation by August of this year and hope to be able in early 2026 to host an open house where folks can then see exactly where on a map the actual layout of the road in initial design. Mountain Brook Sidewalk Extension, the second water line conflict has been resolved. Project's about 55% complete, and we are clear to proceed, so we're getting some pricing now for a crosswalk at Mountain Brook. Just some shots here of the project. As we say, sidewalks are simple. Unfortunately, what gets us is all the drainage. So a lot of drain boxes happen to be built in the area. And then this is a shot here of the water line conflicts. We had about 8 customers out of water for a full day. Because if we expose this much water line with no cover, that line would actually come apart at the bell. So you have to take the pressure off of the line, excavate under it, move the storm drain from left to right. Northridge Road extension is now complete and open. And if you look at that shot, it's pretty much our only directly aligned intersection downtown. Everything else downtown is offset. So this one's straight across. Water and sewer, we were notified yesterday by EPD that they will be here April 30th for a full sanitary survey of our water system. That means they'll look at all of our paperwork for the last 5 years, and then they will look at all of our infrastructure. So they'll be visiting the well house, the chemical house, water tanks, everything else. So if you see the table in my office is full of file folders, all those file folders relate to this survey that is coming up. So they'll be with us for 2, possibly 3 days to go through this. Wellhead protection, if you remember that we did receive this a little over a year ago, and today we got the report. So they're a little slow on getting us reports on occasion. There are no deficiencies currently. However, they have expanded our inner management zone to 250-foot radius. The kicker is, though, that they have expanded our outer management zone to 1,092-foot radius. So the significant increase in size. And what we'll be doing over the next year is doing an assessment of everything within that radius of the businesses and any potential contaminant sites that could impact our well. Mountain Brook connection. I think most folks know Pulte is now clearing land. Critical path shows that the water line connection in mid-October. That means we should have a live secondary connection to Mountain Brook for a pressure increase in January of 26. If anybody was curious, this is the location in Mountain Brook where the Pulte lines will connect into the existing sewer lines and water lines for the city. This is the entrance for Pulte, and it is off Jordan Road. This is where the water line will enter their property from the new line being brought down Jordan. So the connection of those two will give right around a 40-pound pressure increase at the higher elevations in Mountain Brook. Crew training is underway at the water department. Our team is being trained on the pieces of equipment that we have. They came from the Heavy Equipment School of Georgia. They're here for the full week. They'll wrap up Friday evening. Also, our team has been working on water meter changeouts. Little ugly boxes there on the left is everything we have to get rid of. The picture on the right shows the new boxes that we're using. The new cellular water meters that we're using that are able to be read from the office, signal can't get out of the metal boxes. So as we change the meters, which needs to be done anyway because of their aging out, we're going to the plastic box so that the signal can get out, reduces staff time. But again, these are the meters that we can also share the information with our customers where they can track their usage, get alerts and notifications of potential leaks, items of that nature.
Will we be surplusing the old meter boxes, or are they just scrap?
We'll take them for scrap metal. On parks in downtown, there were some nice shots that turned up online of the festival this weekend. Our crosswalks, it's nice being able to pull this data, but the crosswalk activations Saturday between noon and 8 p.m. were 1,113 times that people pushed the button to cross the street.
Outstanding.
So that is, we know we still have a lot of people that don't press the button, but it's an indicator of how many people we have moving around downtown at any given event. Placer AI data has not yet been released for last weekend, but as soon as we have that, we can get an actual count on how many people were in downtown. The trail has been paved at the walking loop in Calvin Farmer Park. Our benches and tables, we got notifications shipped yesterday, so these will be more additions to downtown. And I said coming soon, but I saw they were hanging up today. The folks at Sunshine Life graciously put together these baskets and are decorating the plaza and whatnot, make it look a lot better up there.
I saw them last night hanging them. The guys did a beautiful job on them. They look super.
Building permits, there were 9 new construction permits issued in the month of March. We're slightly ahead of last year's pace. We've also been working on rezonings for the Flint, Covington, Lusk Anderson, and Two Little Hands farms. Active developments right now, we have a lot going on. Bleckley Station of 146 units, the site work is underway. That's Pulte behind Mountain Brook. Marble Tree is home construction underway. They're approved at 88 units. Malone's Pond, 66 units approved, home construction underway. Creekwood Park, 35 units. They're nearing build out on Northridge Road. Old Canton Village, 17 units. Site work is underway. Heritage Wheeland Townhomes, 16 units. Construction underway. The Ridge, 13 units. Construction seems to be paused there. Valley Park Townhomes, 27 units. Home construction underway. On the commercial side, we have Mosaic Commercial currently underway. Merrill Light Industrial underway. Howbridge Storage underway. And the Magby expansion is nearing completion. Development plans currently in review. Old Mill Phase 3 for 35 units. Eastwood Townhomes for 43 units. In Pendleton, formerly Smith Douglas, 108 units. That's the Gilmer Ferry project right past the Wheeler House Cottages on 372. Other developments, Cowart Heights has gone back to the drawing board. This piece, if you'll recall, keeps coming forward and back. It's a difficult piece of property that I don't know if they'll ever get resolved. Roberts East and Snell, that zoning is approved, but there are no submittals. And then where the Hendricks House and the Mound Street site, again, no submittals have been made. Also been working on the GIS, data cleanup, combining redundant maps, new disclaimers, adding new layers. and making some aesthetic changes. And again, if you're not familiar, on the front page of the website, on the city map portion, all of this data is on there. You can look at annexation cases, zoning cases, developments that are underway, see the plans on the developments. There's a wealth of information that Chris keeps posted on that site. I think many of you know our intern Madeline. She's cranked out a lot of work this week or this month. Been looking at brand identity analysis for the city, social media research, and she is currently drafting a policy on social media use now. GMA communicators meeting, digital archiving, the Cherokee Film Summit. Also put together the downtown property ownership listing, and started work on the Valley Street Linear Park branding. And then for those that don't know, Valley Street's official at 35 miles per hour. So that wraps us up.
I still drive 25.
You too, but you're
Just
guilty.
about,
It's that sign that flashes at you, you know, you're like.
I think 35, personally, I think 35 is a bit much, but since we're recording speeds in the 70s, there was no way to get it approved for speed detection devices, so the PD can't run radar or laser on the street unless the limit went to 35. So you can't catch the folks doing 70 unless you're chasing it at 35.
okay. Any questions for Eric?
And we do have an executive session tonight for personnel.
Okay, thank you. This point, you turned the clock back, or turned calendar back, many years ago. We didn't have work sessions, and so at this point, I would bring things up, and council members would too. We still have it on our agenda, but at this point, I'm going to say that we probably need to move on fast here because we're under a severe thunderstorm warning right now. It popped up on my phone. But anything you want to bring up, Scott?
Thank you for being here.
Vicki?
I hope y'all get to spend it with a lot of your family. Ooh, it's lightning up there too. Y'all better hurry.
Yes, happy Easter.
I just want to thank the Garden Club again for the donation to our ball ground parks. And since we have a full house, hopefully next month, we're going to start on our water bills, where you can add a donation on either $1, $3, or $5 every month. You know, you can add that in, or, you know, contact Carla and they'll just add it onto the bill. It is tax deductible. So we're really trying really hard to work on our parks and rec and try and find ways to get money generated. So, great thing, so spread the word if anybody wants to donate. And again, it is tax deductible, so.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here. I'll leave the most to say that I ever have to say. I want to kind of personally thank Woody Snell for agreeing to extend time to try and deal with the historic Hendricks House. And just how government goes up and down, keeping track of everything. I just attended the school council meeting and it was really good. Principal Moulier presented information about what the county school district and presented to the principals and everything that says connecting to the city and parents, and it's a good thing.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
Mr. Attorney,
Nothing from this end.
Darrell? Nothing? Anybody else? At this time, does anybody here want to address us now? This is when anybody can, you have something to say?
Yes, sir. I would like to thank Mayor Council
for, as the chief said, being so gracious as to, let my department grow. We could do things we could never do before because we have staff. And if you don't mind, I'd like to take this moment to recognize my staff.
Please.
I got the greatest guys. I've not asked them to do anything they won't do. They might tell you, well, I'd rather not, but I'm going to do it. And but they've got the can-do attitude, and they get it done. We did over 80 water meters in 6 days. And that's, you got to dig up boxes, change the boxes, and they even counter smaller shields hitting water lines coming apart. You got to fix it before you can move on to the next ones. Well, like I said, I just want to take this moment to thank you guys for your support for my department. And we couldn't do it without you guys. And I appreciate my guys because I wouldn't know where I'd be without them. I've never had this many employees. And I feel like I can finally get some stuff accomplished. So I just want to take this time to recognize the mayor, council, and the staff of my department. I appreciate you both.
Thank you. Thank you, David, for your 29
29 and
years of service.
something tense. August 21st, I did 30.
It's outstanding. I think you're the longest employee now we have. That's great. But thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, at this time, we're going to move into an executive session, which means we're going to adjourn the meeting. The executive session, it will be just with the council members. So we say appreciate you coming, and we will. You can come back.